Hello folks, Bill Vales here. This month we are going to talk about protecting yourself from fake updates that are being presented to you on your computer. These messages may occur as pop-up notifications, email messages, or they might appear on a web page that you don't quite know how you got to. Last month we discussed the importance of performing updates on your system. Updates are a very important part of protecting your system and your personal information. As problems and vulnerabilities are found in your system, manufacturers release updates to fix these issues. Installing these updates in a timely manner is an important part of protecting your system. Unfortunately, the bad guys, also known as the attackers or the hackers, also realize that people need to update their systems. The attackers recognize that systems can be breached by presenting malware disguised as updates. This practice has been around for a while and is becoming increasingly common. This type of attack falls under the broad category of attacks that are referred to as social engineering. The social engineering is being done to the most vulnerable part of the system, and that part is you, the user. The social engineer is taking advantage of the human tendency to be trusting in what we are being told or presented. The social engineer relies heavily on tricking or deceiving the user. Every email message you receive, every pop-up message that is displayed, every web page you visit, you must consider if it is fraudulent. There are no exceptions to this. You need to be very vigilant. Malware is increasingly being delivered to you disguised as an update to various mainstream applications you use. Some popular applications we all use are our internet browsers, such as Google Chrome, Firefox, or Internet Explorer, Java, Adobe Reader, and Adobe Flash. The way to defend against this problem is that we need to become aware of what a fake update looks like. Fake updates are sometimes disguised very well. The first step is to not trust any update. Be skeptical if a window pops up suggesting you need an update. Take a close look at the message. Look for misspelled words, incorrect grammar, or punctuation. Take notice if the colors or style of the logos being used are not quite right. So let's take a look at an update here. So we see here, this is an update for Google Chrome. Well, number one, Google Chrome does not need to be updated because it updates itself automatically, but not many people are aware of that. While this icon here may seem like a Google Chrome icon, it really isn't. The Google Chrome icon, if we look at the taskbar below here, is really a closed circle, okay? It is not a broken circle to look like a C. So this tells you right away this is a bogus update. If we go a little further, another example of a bad update that has some grammatical issues is the following. We look at this Chrome update. Now this has an icon that's structured a little more accurately, as you can see. However, let's read, attention, your browser is out of date. Some of extensions may interfere your work. So you say, wait a minute, what's that mean? Your browser is out of date. Some of the extensions may interfere with your work. That's an example of a grammatical problem in one of these bogus update messages. You need to really read the messages and be aware of what's being said. If a message suggests you need to update to get some awesome new features or something similarly vague, it is probably a fake. A clear message will always be provided by a manufacturer for a reason that you have to update. Okay, number two, you should not have to take any action to update your browser. Browsers should be set to automatically update. And we're going to look at some examples of this. Okay, Google Chrome, for instance. If you go to the Google Chrome About menu, you will see here that Google Chrome is up to date, and that's because it gets up to date by itself. If you leave a Google Chrome browser open for long periods of time, you may find that you have to close it down and then reopen it to force it to up to date, but there's no special downloads that you have to take to update Google Chrome. So what that means is any message that comes across your screen saying you have to click here to update your browser, it's a fraud. No questions asked. Let's look at Firefox here. Here's the Firefox window, Firefox options window, and you can see here that you can set Firefox to automatically install updates. If you're a Firefox user, that's the option that you want set. And you will find that if you install Firefox, that option will be set for you by default. Internet Explorer, here's the screen for Internet Explorer. This is, you can get to through the About Internet Explorer. And you can see here, it's checked, install new versions automatically. So that means if you're an Internet Explorer user, your browser will be updated automatically. Now, this is true for all the browsers. Okay, so you should never accept a message that says, press here to update my browser. So, do not press on any links. If you see a message like that, immediately terminate your browser session. If the update notice goes away, that is a good indication that your browser session was hacked and some piece of malware was actually within your browser. It's called a man-in-the-browser attack, and it was crafting a screen to trick you. Okay, so then start a new browser session and go directly to the website of the software vendor that claims you need an update. For this example, if you were being notified you needed a browser update, you could go to the, either Google or Firefox or Internet Explorer. Other pieces of software that you may be notified that you have updates for are Java. Java is a common application that's used by a lot of web-based websites and web applications. Java is always being updated because there's always problems and new features being found in Java. You should never have to accept a Java update. For Java, all your updates should be applied from the Java control panel, and we're going to take a look at that right now. For browsers, you should not be receiving pop-ups that your browser needs updating. Okay, I'm using Windows 7 here. So for Java, you'll see the Java control panel. And you'll notice on the Update tab, I have check for updates automatically. And when you install Java, that should actually be the default situation that is set up for you, that Java will update automatically. And you'll see down in the system tray on a Windows 7 system, over in this lower right-hand corner, when Java is going to update, you'll see a little Java coffee cup symbol being displayed, and you can click on that and see the status of the update. Adobe Reader is another application that is a target of malware being delivered. And for Adobe Reader, you should remember this. Google Chrome updates Adobe Reader automatically. So if you're a Google Chrome user, Google Chrome is taking care of updating Adobe Reader for you. So if you receive any update about needing to update Adobe Reader, it's fraudulent, okay? For Firefox, Firefox needs an add-on to be installed for Adobe Reader. And typically, when you install Firefox, that add-on will be installed for you because PDF is used pretty universally for displaying documents. Internet Explorer also requires Adobe Reader to be installed. But again, when you install Internet Explorer, which is part of a normal Windows installation, those pieces are going to be taken care of for you. Just as a reminder, you should also set your computer to automatically update your operating systems, applications, and your browser, which and we do that by going to the Start menu, Control Panel, go to System and Security, go to Windows Update, and you see under Windows Update, install updates automatically. Your system should be set to install updates automatically, okay? And then those are things that you don't have to worry about. So again, if you receive any message, you need to install a Windows Update, it's a fraud, okay? So it's very important to remain alert at all times when you're on the computer. There are risks with just about every website you visit, every pop-up screen you mouse over, and every email message or text message you receive. Fake updates are just one type of social engineering attack. Fake software updates can cause a lot of damage if you click on them. No matter how legitimate they may seem, you need to check them out thoroughly. That's it for this Tech Talk. Practice, practice, practice. See you next month.